How many of you guys have this kind of mess in your house? How many people have this? I'm about to get rid of that, and my solution is this. This is from Giraffe. This is a 100-foot, yes, 100-foot retractable reel for your hose. And this keeps your hose from ending up like this. Can it get any better? And it's self-retracting, so you don't have any cranks or anything like that. You just pull it and let it pull itself back in. So we're gonna install it in this video. I'm gonna show you how it works. So first step here is to get rid of my old, now let's get this old hose out of here. Make sure I save this rubber gasket. This is what keeps it from leaking on you. What I'm gonna do is actually, I'm going to install it. You can install this into drywall. It says you can do that, but I'm not really digging that. I think this really needs to be attached to wood. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to attach it to the side of my bench here. So it's gonna be kind of like that. I do need to pad this out a little bit. You can see it's not really gonna work. So I just so happen to have a kind of scrap 2x6 here. So what I'm gonna do is scab this onto this workbench and then attach that to this. Let's just do something along the line of this. Now, if I didn't have a workbench here and I was going to attach this to the wall, what I probably would do is grab a 2x6 like this, and I would bridge 2 studs, okay? So I would drill this into this stud here and this stud here, and then I would attach that to the 2x6. And they give you anchors, these giant anchors for drywall. So you could go directly into drywall. Now, that probably would work for a while, but I could see it kind of working its way loose. Let's just say you didn't want to do this, right? You didn't want to do this, you don't want to bridge 2, and maybe you can't because of where you're gonna put it, you're limited on space. So let's say you couldn't do something like this, bridge 2 studs with like a 2x6, and let's say you didn't have a bench or something to attach it to that was like just pure wood, and you had to kind of go through drywall. What I would do is I would at least get half of it into a stud. So I do have a stud right here. So what I would recommend is get half of the mount into there and then maybe use the drywall anchors for the other 2. So at least 2 of the 4 screws, and these are the 4 screws I'm talking about, 2 of the 4 go into a stud, okay? At least get some of this into some kind of wood. Because this is a 100-foot cable, 100-foot line, plus all the hardware inside for the springs. This is kind of heavy. It's not the lightest thing in the world. So to make this easier to install, we're gonna pull this mount off. So there's this little pin here, get some pliers, push it together and then just bang it out. Make sure you don't lose this, like a cotter pin. You don't wanna lose that. And then you should be able to just move it down and take it off. So now this is the mount. Hold this up to the line that we put. All right, and we're gonna put our 4 holes. Put our 4. All right, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a 1/4-inch drill bit. All right, and I'm gonna do some pilot holes. There's no way we're able to screw these giant screws or mounting hardware just straight into wood. We're gonna have to add some pilot holes, okay? So we wanna go about all the way to the red, go straight in. Now I'm gonna use my Liberton nut driver set here. This thing is awesome. Nice thing about this, these are magnetic. All right, so we're just gonna hold this up here and run our screws in. And I'm gonna need an extension here. The nice thing about these Liberton nut drivers is they have an extension that locks. So not only is it magnetic, but it also locks. Pretty cool. Now we take the actual reel and what we're gonna do is slide it on and push it down. We take our cotter pin, locks it in. I'll go from the other side. Oh man, I'm excited. Since I moved into this house, this hose being here where it is, it's always such a mess. It's just always in the way. It's not a good system. But this really cleans it up. Look how much better that looks. Yeah. Oh, that makes me happy. All right, so let's get some water to this. Kind of try to hide it under there. Make sure I have my gasket inside there, very important. And I like to give these a little bit of a turn, nothing crazy, because it has that rubber gasket in there that's really making the seal, so you don't have to crank these super tight. All right, let's turn it on. I don't see any leaks. Oh! Oh, that wasn't good. That's not good. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This is the nozzle it comes with. So on and off. It's not leaking here, which is usually always leak. It drives me crazy. You can sort of adjust a little bit all the way on to there. And then we have all the different like I said, this is adjustable, so I could have this sticking out this much, or I could have it sticking out this much. You basically just would unscrew that right there and move this down the hose, okay? To pull it back in, basically just, it's locked right now. We just pull it to unlock it and then let it ride. If you notice, I am running my fingers through here. I think I'm gonna do that normally just to clean the hose off. There's a lot of stuff on the ground. It'd probably be fine for the first few years, but after a while, I can see this getting kind of grimed up in there. And you don't want it to get grimed up. You want it to be clean. So just run your fingers through the hose. And there we go. Yeah, see? You don't want all that inside there. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pull this out. Show you how far I can go. Still go a lot more. I thought I was at the end. All right, I think I hit the end. So to give it a lock, you just give it a little tug and it locks. You know what, to be honest, I think I'm gonna get another one of these and I wanna put one of these out back. If you wanna pick one of these up for yourself, I highly recommend it. This one's made by Giraffe. I'll put a link down below. You can get it from Amazon. Check out the link below. I'm Mike, Family TV, and I'm out. Hose reel.